This video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community with over 17,000 classes in design, business, tech, and everything in between. Stay tuned for more information.
What's up, folks, and welcome to Season 3. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a very exciting series where I'll be completely overhauling my basement, both in the workshop as well as this outer portion, to make it into an awesome man cave. This first video will be completely dedicated to the mountain of cleaning and organizing I have to do in this main area, as well as in the workshop, and prep for the new season where I'll be making awesome videos accompanied by equally awesome videos for you to enjoy. So let's get started. So if you have a workshop, you know the feeling. You try to do one thing, end up flipping the place upside down, looking for tools and making a mess, just trying to build something minimal. And with a small space like this, it's even easier to get yourself into trouble. And if you're like me, you love collecting anything you see potential in. Could be tools from a flea market or that discount aisle at your local surplus store, doesn't matter. And I am very guilty of being a collector, although some may call it hoarding, I beg to differ. Either way, this place is in desperate need for an overhaul and a good cleaning. A good rule of thumb is limiting yourself to things you absolutely need and you know you'll be utilizing later on. I'm cutting myself off at everything that can't fit in this bin that isn't wood or tool related. And if you look closely, you might just see a few items I'll be using in the next couple episodes. Everything else is either getting donated or thrown away. Alright, so the shop is clean, and now I need to step up my organization a little bit. If you saw my last workbench video, you already know about the drawers, but what I didn't show was hanging up pegboard and organizing the rest of my tools. I'm sure you all know the benefits of having everything out and accessible instead of hidden in a box or bag somewhere. This was definitely a game changer, and if you have a small space, do it. I also really enjoy how my wrenches are being stored. I just line them up together on nails and printed out easy to see size indicators. Eventually, I'd like to do something similar with my sockets, but those are usually on the move. Something else I've been meaning to do is finally get my new miter saw up off the ground. I'm simply mounting this in between my new workbench and my drill press stand. Unfortunately though, this backs right up against an outlet, so I'll need to relocate it. Back in the day, this same 20 amp wire was white, but now it's yellow, interestingly enough. It is to code though, so don't worry. I just fed it through to the next outlet over and rewired that one as well. Luckily though, these boards add up to the perfect height that I need, so I'll tack them in place, line them up with my miter saw, and connect all four of them to the frame with these 4-inch screws in all four corners of the saw. Looking pretty good. Next, I really need to update the lighting in here. The fluorescents are not best for camera work, and it just leaves a lot of dark spots in the shop, especially in the back and the corners. So I purchased a 6-pack of these LEDs, and I'm mounting them to the ceiling. These won't take the place of the existing lights, since I'll be taking these with me when I move. That looks way better. And then finally, I really need a door. So much sawdust travels into the main room and into the carpet, and this will also help with the sound that travels up the stairs. One last touch is this sweet sign I found during my clean out that I had as a kid. Look out, folks. So along with finally kicking off the new year, I've made a resolution to not only clean and organize my entire life, especially down here, but I also want to learn a new skill each month as the year progresses. And hands down, the absolute best way to learn something new is with one of my favorite sites, Skillshare.com. They offer over 17,000 classes on almost anything you can think of, and right now they're offering 3 months for just 99 cents. Yep, that's right. Just 99 cents for 3 months, and using it myself has taught me a lot about video editing and animation, and next month I'm going to be tackling more on camera work. If you look at some of my earlier projects compared to now, you will clearly see the improvement, and it doesn't end there either. You can watch a wide variety of as many classes as you can on everything from gaming to business, to web development, to crafts, different languages, to even learning about learning. They have it all, so don't miss out on this great opportunity to learn something new this year, and who knows, you may just be the next best YouTube channel. I'm still working on that part. But anyways, the workshop is clean, it has been organized, upgraded, and it is ready for the new season and new projects. Excited I finally did this. Stay tuned as the season progresses for more upgrades, but in the meantime, I really gotta get this main room looking better. It is a complete mess. So a lifetime of collecting boiled down to a couple weeks of organizing, donating, and even selling. I made about $100 from some of the junk that was down here and made probably around 4 to 5 runs to my local Salvation Army for donations. All in all, I think I kept a quarter of what was down here and the rest is in a better place. Plus the money is going right back down here for some of the things I planned. The time lapse I'm showing here is actually just one weekend's worth of work near the end of it. It took weeks to filter through everything that was down here to evaluate its future and its purpose. When it was all said and done though, I got back 14 plastic bins. I forgot to count the amount of cardboard boxes, but needless to say, this was a very successful clean out. I'm also migrating my wood storage to this back room area to keep it out of the way. I'm also closing this area off since it's storage and not really visually appealing, to be honest. To do this, I'll be using curtains so I can easily walk in and out and take them with me when I move, and it's not as permanent as a wall. Way better. And finally, now that everything is off the floor and looking great, I'm going to clean up the bark from the wood pile, then hit it with a bit of carpet powder, let that settle in for a bit, and give this place its first vacuuming since we moved in a few years ago, and man did this place need it. It is looking so much better down here already. So since this is my first episode of the series, there isn't much to set up on the ground besides what I already have, which is a couch, a table, and a TV stand. Previous episodes, you saw the Jeep grill and this Lord of the Rings map go up, as well as my Season 2 opener, which was this sweet end table, but a family member also donated this old TV as well, which I'm very thankful for. I have a couple gaming consoles I want to connect, but this TV stand is way too small and a better entertainment system is definitely needed and already in the works, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, to wrap things up, I'll add a few of these grip tape strips to the steps as I've already slipped and fallen a few times when I'm not wearing my shoes. Next, I'll start hanging up some wall art and signage to fill in the gaps. Some of these might come down later on with more projects in the season, but for now they'll work just fine. I also purchased this fold-out poker table many years ago. Excited I get to use it finally. Then to finish everything off, I'm hanging up these lights to give the room a really nice glow. Alright, so now that everything is set up, it is clean, it is organized, it is looking so much better in here. I am ready for an all-new season with all new projects coming down the line, and I already see a need for things like an entertainment system, maybe a bar, some more wall art, a really cool coffee table, you name it. All sorts of cool things coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thanks.